maybe someday, but as of right now, I kind of want to enjoy my life and enjoy my family and kind of reap or live the benefits of what I've done and figure out something else to do.
Okay, great. All right, well, I think we are done. Do you have any other questions, Ernest?
Yeah, actually, just because to give a little bit more about Coach Loper, because we're actually focused on Coach Loper, and we just did a thing on Jamie Hall, who actually, because of Coach Loper, signed that one law and the extreme DUI because of his death,
Uh-huh.
being killed. But tell me some more about your experience about working with that coach, because I mean, Dale Hancock was pretty instrumental in recruiting Coach Loper to come down here to coach. Tell me more about that transition of first meeting Coach Loper, more of his philosophy, and just the idea of how he made you a man.
Coach Loper was, how can I say, he was a blue collar guy, and there's no gimmicks. And what he felt about football was, I mean, we ran the wishbone, so the wishbone it's man football. So it's basically we're going to line up, and we're not going to be fancy, but we're going to knock you in the mouth, and we're going to be tougher than you are, and we're going to run you over. And I think there wasn't a lot of gimmicks, and I think that kind of like translates to life because it's basically, it puts a lot of responsibility on yourself. You have to go out and create whatever you want. If you want to get philosophical about it, that's kind of what he taught as a football coach. You don't make excuses. Go out, do your job, be responsible, be accountable to your teammates, and beat the person in front of you, and don't make an excuse on why it didn't happen. And it's just no-nonsense blue-collar football, and I think you can learn a lot about that.
And you were on the team his first year, right?
Yes, sir.
And then what was your season like that season? How did it end? And then did you graduate his first year? Or?
No, I played with him for 3 years.
Okay.
We weren't very good. It was his first year, so we won a couple games, but we weren't very good. But, the next 2 years, I think at one point in the season, we were at least ranked third or first for one portion of the season. We were a very good football team, and we're a very tough football team, hard-nosed, smash-mouth football team, and that's kind of what we were known for. Chandler High, I had guys that had played for other high schools around the area that said, the one thing that when they played Chandler, they better be ready because we're going to hit, and we're going to be a very physical football team, and that's just the style of play that he brought to Chandler.
And then how did that season end and the following season, like your last year?
Well, we went to the playoffs both years, which was the first time Chandler had been to the playoffs in 10 years. Unfortunately, we lost both games in the first round. But, the next year, I think the next year was the year that he actually passed away. That football team went on to, I think they went all the way to the semifinals, almost went to the state championship. So his influence was definitely getting Chandler football in the right direction.
Yeah, they dedicated that year to him, and I think that was the game they had that triple overtime. Was that the triple overtime game, and they lost it?
It may have been.
How did you take the news when you heard about his passing?
Well, I think just like anybody who knew him, I was devastated. That was one of the first major losses that I've ever had in my life, other than one or two grandparents. But as far as somebody who wasn't related to me, that was it. So it was tough. It was hard to take, and definitely jolted me.
Cool. And then the last thing is just kind of like, I noticed the other night that you bought some jerseys from Chandler, like your numbers on it, or Adam Archuleta is embroidered on the jersey. What does that mean that you purchased? Is it like a fundraiser or?
A few years ago, we just decided to kind of get Chandler some special jerseys for big games that they can use, and just to do a little something for him. And just a little token of trying to do a little something for the school.
Right, and that kind of goes into my next question. What other kind of things are you doing like that, charity and giving back?
Well, we're in the process right now. Me and my fiance are in the process of starting some foundation work and really trying to work more with kids. And we're definitely we tried to me and my trainer tried to work, and we have been working with the Chandler High football team for a number of years now, trying to get them in shape and physically ready to play football. But definitely would like to get some type of an exercise or physical activity program for kids that definitely need that influence and that structure in their life, and that can help them achieve their goals.
That's awesome. Any funny, just to end on something funny, any funny story that you can remember about either your time in high school, college, any of your career, something funny?
Oh no, you put
clean.
me on the spot. I don't know. There's a lot of great stories. I just, it's one of the, I think you caught me at a bad time. I'm kind of at a blank right now. I feel like I'm definitely a deer in headlights with that one. I can't even think of one.
Yeah, you could blame it on the concussion.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Awesome, Adam. Thanks, man.
All right.
Glad we finally got to talk to you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in. We sure appreciate it. I know you
No
got a
problem.
busy schedule.
No problem.
Losing the lid one.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
You can take that mic off yet?
Okay, now that we're not on tape anymore, I want to hear about one of your training. Tell me, like, exactly what you actually do on one of your training routines.
Well, it's hard to say because, over the course of 10 years, I've probably only done the same workout no more than 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
So
always.
tell me a recent one. I'm curious. Only because I don't know
She
anything
loves the
about it.
training, that's why she
Yeah,
does,
I
too.
ask everybody that question.
She's trying to show you her guns there.
I like to hear. I don't have any guns. I used to. Not after a baby.
I don't even know what to say.
Well, Cody's interview yesterday totally intrigued me, so I need to ask you that question.
One of the things that we did a long time ago that we didn't do very often, but it was called overspeeds, and he wanted our body to figure out what it felt like to run fast. So he had this little contraption built to the back of his van with a handle on it.
Mm-hmm.
We had to hold on to it, and he would take us up to 35 miles an hour. So we had to run, he took his van up to 35 miles an hour because he wanted us to know what it felt like and our body understand. So we're basically running behind this van at 30 miles an hour. So your legs are just
How do you even keep up to that? That's amazing.
You just have to. You got to figure it out. Otherwise, you're just gonna fall. So it wasn't for a long period, but the top speed would be 35 miles an hour, and
And
then
you would come back down.
come back down. But it was definitely, that's one of the more extreme things that we've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what people think about when.
So what do? You do some more traditional things and then untraditional, you kind of mix them in together?
We don't do very many traditional things. We'll do stuff where we'll have to hold a lunge between 2 to 5 minutes, or we'll hold a bench press for 3 to 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Do a lot of that kind of stuff. We do a lot of, like I said, a lot of holds now these days. We'll do stuff where we'll do 500 marching lunges. It's really, really hard to explain.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really, truly
What
is.
kind of core stuff do you do?
Well, the entire training is just, it
I know.
indirectly works the core. So it's not anything specifically like core training. It's just a byproduct of what we do. We do upper and lower body every single day. So
It's all incorporated into
it's
it.
all pretty much,
Yeah.
incorporated. So we do a lot of plyometrics and a lot of just intense workouts. So I know I didn't really tell you much, but it's very hard for me to explain what we do.
So do you ever get nervous before training? Especially if you're gonna do something new?
No, not at all. It's not really like that. Pretty much I've seen everything. Like I said, I've been there for 13 years, so and now it's just a product. It's just that's part of my life, So it doesn't.
And does he train other people too, doing the same stuff.
Yeah, but he actually doesn't train anymore. He actually is in Minnesota quite a bit. So I've been working with basically his apprentice for the last 3 years, Charles, in this gym. So Jay, I only see him like once or twice a year now.
Okay.
So he doesn't really train people. He does more like consulting and writing programs for people. So that's kind of what he does.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, your mom's gonna get me photos, because we're gonna need photos to incorporate into the video, and then also, for the exhibit, we put an exhibit together on each year's inductees as well.
Okay.
And we use photographs for that. And, the other thing that we'd be looking for is, some object of some kind that you feel like would be representative of you, that you would be willing to loan to the museum for a year, so we can put it in a case along with everybody else's special items.
Like what?
Well, it could be a jersey, could be, you know, plaque, it could be anything like that, you know,
Okay.
something special that you would, that you wouldn't mind loaning to us.
Okay.
So maybe
I'll come up with
your mom can get with you on that, and she can
Yeah, we'll figure
be
something
the
out.
go-between for it, so,
Okay. Cool.
yeah, all right.
All right. Well, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Thank
Once
you.
again, man, thanks a lot, dude. Good luck with that